I'm tired of having to tread this fucking fine line of telling people exactly what needs to happen or coming across as toxic. It's getting to the point where it's like I don't even want to turn on my mic because the second I say anything to anybody, then they're just gonna fucking like they're just gonna mentally implode and nothing is gonna get done. So what is the solution? I'm trying to play, clearly I'm playing the best that I possibly can. Cool, all right, sure, I probably could have played a different character there, but what is the solution there? That DPS was horrible. I need to tell him to swap off there. And I feel like that is the unfortunate aspect about this game. It should not be my job to like low-key have to police what's going on in the game. If I'm playing tank, then it should be on me to understand what tank is required or necessary for that particular moment. If I'm same thing if I'm playing DPS. If I'm playing DPS and that pick is not working, I need to know when to switch. But half of the problem in this game is that most people want to experience this like single player fucking game, never swap off their character, and never interact with their teammates. How does anybody win the game like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, fuck it, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm not even gonna bother. It is what it is. I can't.
This shit actually just makes no sense.
I'm about to demo back to gold too. Like, this is crazy.
Literally, all of the problems with this game are just social. The problems with this game literally lie in the social ability aspect of this game. It's a team game, yet you can't actually talk to your teammates about how to win the game, because there is almost always going to be a disagreement on how to win the game or what strategy is the best to win the game or who are we going to play or mold our team comp around to win this game. It's the most counterintuitive thing ever. I'm at the point where I'm convinced that this game is nothing more than a Chinese fucking like psyop or something like that to really examine American psychology or something like that. It has to be something along those lines. Because and it's not just this game either. It's almost every single competitive game possible. Skill expression doesn't matter in video games anymore. I think that's evident in how many free value fucking ults are in this game, how many characters that have or require absolutely zero mechanical skill, and yet every single multiplayer or competitive game on the market is it has nothing to do with skill expression at all. Almost every single game can be boiled down to how well can you work with your teammates. How conducive is the environment to events that make it easy for you to collaborate with your team? There's some games that make it easier to collaborate with your team than others. And in this game, you would think that one of those things that this game has the advantage of over other games is the fact that team ups are a thing. Team ups kind of foster this space where you should be thinking about playing with your teammates, not against your teammates. And yet none of that ever happens. Every single game, it feels like I'm playing the game against not only the other team, but I'm playing the game against my team as well. And then I'm not even gonna lie, there's some games where I'm straight up just playing the game against myself, because I'm so frustrated with what might have happened in previous games within that session that I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. At that point, I just get so irate where it's like something has to go my way.
Yeah, bro. That's how I've been feeling too. The last two, I don't know how. Like, I guess like when we started playing, it's crazy. Like,
but again, like the fucked up reality about what I'm saying is that when you really think about it, it's literally every single game you're going to run into this problem in every single competitive game on the market. It doesn't matter which game you play. The games are almost like in terms of bro, in terms of the competitive ladder.
Right, like in COD, like they'd be like, "Yo, hold anchor," and you know how everyone be trying to like rush to the point and shit, try to get kills. They'd be like, "I'm trying to hold spawn and shit. Fuck that."
Like video games, or at least competitive games, are not fun because of each other. That's so sad to think about. Like, I can't enjoy a game that clearly has depth, right? Like, I'm not saying it's complex or it's as complex as something like League of Legends or fucking Dota 2, like, right? But like, there is strategic depth to this game, right? There is something there. There's at least foundational pieces to make this a very fun game. But if we can't, as a community, actually get to the point where we can start building blocks on top of each other with each other, then what the fuck is the point of having any strategy in this game at all? Why not
Or
make this
playing
game
any,
just
or
Call of
just
Duty?
playing
Why not
anything.
just make this a carbon copy of Call of Duty? And I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, but what'd you say, bro?
Just to like fuck it, like I don't even know why I'm playing it.
Right, right, and I don't know if you would consider this a crash out. This is definitely going on YouTube, by the way, because I didn't even mean to go into full rant mode, but this is one of those moments where like I feel like I'm saying very real shit, and the camera just so happens to be rolling, so we're going with it. Yeah, bro, it's the same experience in every single game. Skill expression doesn't matter in any competitive game at all. And the more I'm realizing this, the more I'm circling back around to taking the Trevor route and just saying fuck all this and just playing my single player games off in the sunset somewhere and just not giving a singular fuck. But the problem with that is that in my fucking nature, I'm way too competitive, and I actually just want to see how good I am compared to other people at some kind of strategic game, whether it be chess, League of Legends, Halo, Marvel Rivals. Place any competitive game here, right? It's the most conflicting thing ever, and it borderline lands on some sort of sickness. I feel like maybe I just need to take a break. Maybe I'm just crashing out. Maybe I actually just need to take my own advice and go play a single player game for like a month, 2 months, whatever, right? But I just can't. This is one of those moments where I see certain things and I can't unsee it. Once you realize what things are, and then it's just like, oh, like literally every single lobby I get into it, I'm just on edge because I'm just trying to figure out who in my team is going to break first, like mentally break first. Is it going to be me because of something that somebody says to me, or is it going to be somebody on my team because of something that I might say to them? And it doesn't matter how small or serious these things that are being said are. Anything that is said through voice comms is oh my god. And maybe this is why a lot of people feel like their games are coin flippy, or this is why a lot of people believe in EOMM, and maybe it's just a combination of the two. Maybe it's a combination of people in general just being pretty shitty towards each other and not really knowing how to work well with each other, and two, EOMM actually being in the game, but like to a much less degree, or to a much smaller degree rather. And when you add those two things together, yeah, it makes no sense why every single day that I queue up for a session, it feels like fucking hell. It feels like I'm purposely putting myself through this. But then I would have to ask myself the question, well, maybe
gave me motivation.
Maybe the solution is to just try to be a better teammate. Maybe that's it. Maybe, maybe be the change that you want to see in the world, or some shit like that,
That doesn't even matter, because even if that was true, it's still gonna suck.
At this point, the game itself is a social experiment. I'm
let me I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna like use my mic. I'm gonna just type it in chat, like when we get in the game.
Okay, I really want to test this theory. Like, I want to see how much does quote unquote being a toxic teammate or being a quote unquote better teammate helps, right? Like, I think I want to make 3 separate accounts where on one account it's nothing but pure positivity, borderline uncomfortable. The second account, I wanna queue up games and not. Yeah, like being like so positive that it just feels like, yo, bro, shut the fuck up. Like that kind of level of positivity. I want to make one account for that, one account where I don't say anything to any of my teammates ever. I want to make one more account where I'm just like straight up telling people what it is. Like, yo, listen, like, I think you need to swap off that, you need to get off that. And also being, but here's the caveat, like, I also need to be very open to receiving that on that third account as well. That's the only way for this experiment to actually work. Because I'm very curious to see whether or not being a better teammate is actually the skill that you need to work on in order to actually progress in the game. And I think that might be it, because the game is not hard. I promise you, this shit is not hard. Like I said, there is some strategic depth to it, but it's not like, you don't need to fucking like have a PhD in physics to like understand anything at all. Like, we're not talking about like doctorate level fucking gaming over here. I really do want to see how that works out.
You just gassing it right now, my brother.
You think so? All right, next. The one after that has been playing since season 1. Season 1, they placed silver 2 in season 1, gold 2 in season 2, Heath 2 in season 2.5. So at least he's steadily increasing. Maybe he's not a shitter. Maybe that guy's actually pretty good at the game and he's actually trying his hardest to
Maybe he's
fucking
not a
improve.
shitter.
Yeah, maybe he's actually trying to improve. See, but my thing is, right? Like, he played
It is what it is,
Punisher.
bro. It is what it. Nah, I mean,
See,
he
this is the
didn't do
shit that,
bad
all
though.
right, no,
It
no,
wasn't his
but check
fault.
this out.
It
No,
wasn't
no,
his
I
fault.
know it wasn't. I know it wasn't, right? This is the shit that blows mine though. He played Punisher. He played well. He overall he's 6-3 on the hero. He has a 3.1 for KDA. But the dude plays Captain America and Thor, which is exactly what we needed in that fucking match.
I can't believe it. He asked in the end. I don't know if you saw the chat. He was like, "Oh, like, he's like, I don't know why you couldn't swap." I'm like, dude, instead of asking, you were flaming. You fucking introvert.
Right. And I don't know, this goes back to my point, man. I've been having this conversation with a lot of people that have either played this game or are currently playing this game, and every time I introduce the idea of role queue, it's like I said the most taboo thing possible.
Hell
I don't know
no,
why
bro.
I
That
don't know
shit
why
the game.
everyone's so scared of role queue. I think the game needs it. For real.
Nah, you're right, bro. You gotta save the game, bro. You gotta let them know.
I think the game actually needs it.
You gotta let them know, bro. You gotta save the game.
See, but the problem is that everyone is too scared to accept that because of what happened with Overwatch 2, or just Overwatch in general.
Oh, that
Because
was role
let's face
queue?
it, well, they introduced role queue, and then if you ask anybody who was around during that time, they say that role queue actively killed the game, which I just don't
Why?
even. I don't know. They started complaining about queue time, saying that it took like 30 minutes to an hour to get into a fucking game just to lose. And I'm like, well, if you waited that long to get into a game and then you're upset about the loss, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I get it. That's a pretty shitty thing, but people play League of Legends all the fucking time, and that's like damn near waiting an hour to lose. It's waiting 30 minutes to lose. You feel me? Not the queue time necessarily, but like, you know, when you consider the length of the game and all that. If you ask me, that hurts more than waiting 30 minutes for. I'll put it like this. I'll wait 30 minutes for a good game, and obviously 30 minutes is an egregious over exaggeration, but I'd rather wait 30 minutes for a fair game, a game that will actually be fucking fun. To me, a fair game is fun. Not stomping or getting stomped, like that shit is not fun, bro. When I can't leave my spawn in Marvel Rivals, I'm hot, bro. I'm hot. I'm pissed. Like, I don't want to experience that. That's so shitty. So to sit here and have this be the scale that people are operating on, they're like, oh, but I want to get into more games. And first of all, people that make this argument that like, oh, roll queue increases queue times, it only increases queue times at the very, very top. Majority of people are not there. It doesn't fucking matter. Give us roll queue, bro. Stop being stupid. Half of y'all won't make it to fucking the top rank anyway for it to matter. I don't understand why people are being like so whiny and pissy about it.
No, you're right. We should get a roll queue. We'll see how it happens. But we don't know. We'll see.
I was talking to Corey, and I'll make this pretty quick, but I was talking to Corey, and it's like, it's interesting to me that most of my suggestions for fixing the game, or not even fixing it, but just putting it in a better spot than where it's at now, at least in terms of the experience, a lot of those changes or suggestions would literally be to just make the game more similar to League, honestly, in certain ways, not in like in very particular ways. But this is extremely hot take. I think there should only be one character in every single lobby. Only one Emma Frost, only one Spider-Man, only one Venom. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I got you.
Ooh, thank you, baby. And I know that might be a bit extreme, but like honestly and truly, like if we want to really
League does that
explore
shit.
the strategy
Literally,
within
League
this
does-
game, we got to get rid of mirror matchups, right? Gotta introduce role queue. Literally just make this the shooter version of League of Legends, but just with all Marvel characters, and you'll probably have a better experience, in my opinion. And I could very well be wrong for that, but it's
Maybe the
just my
casual
opinion.
gamer doesn't want that.
And I think, you know what I say to the casual gamer? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my lobby, please. If this is competitive, this is the exact opposite of casual.
Casual facts.
Going by the definition, the two things just don't even fucking, like, they shouldn't even be in the same sentence. So I don't know. It's make the game more like League. There, I said it.